Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the Kordial Media YouTube channel. My name is Adriana and I help Shopify e-commerce businesses and content creators drive traffic and sales utilizing Pinterest. Today's video is all about answering your Pinterest ads and Pinterest organic strategy related questions one by one. We're going to go through each one so you can walk away with some actionable steps and things that you can implement and do within your Pinterest marketing strategies to help you grow your business and your sales. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button and to hit the bell to be notified every single time I post a new video here on the Kordial Media YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's dive right into question number one. So question number one. Hey, great video. I have a few questions. I'm launching a completely new Shopify store using Pinterest ads. I've already run profitable campaigns on Google and Facebook ads for different stores. The store is a general store with multiple product categories. My average CPA, cost per acquisition, is around 15 to 25 pounds or euros. Most of my products have instant recognition and don't necessarily need videos. Would you recommend starting with one catalog campaign, including all products, or running separate catalog campaigns for each niche? My answer here would be it depends on the amount of products you have in your catalog. If you have 1,000 products or less, let's say each niche creates a product group of like 100 products at least, then you could test each niche as its own catalog campaign and running each niche as its own product group. But if like all of your products total less than 300 products, then I would run one campaign with one product group, your all products product group that has those 300 products or 300 SKUs. And then from there, see what the algorithm is optimizing towards and what people are buying more of. So that's really important. It's actually, if each of your niches have 100 SKUs, sorry, not products, 100 SKUs or more, then you can run them as their own product groups within their own ad groups within their own campaign. So example, you have a fashion niche product group, it's 300 SKUs, you run it as its own product group in one campaign. You launch a separate campaign with its own ad group with another niche's product group, and you A/B test that, and you give both campaigns the same budget so you can really A/B test which product group is going to perform better in general. I hope that was clear. We don't tend to launch multiple ad groups within campaigns anymore. Depends, but for the most part, we don't do that because campaigns have campaign budget optimization. They don't have ad group budget optimization, which means you can't accurately A/B test ad groups anymore. You used to be able to, now you can't. I think they're bringing it back, but we'll see. So that would be my answer there. What daily budget would you suggest for testing? I always suggest if you're looking for sales to spend a minimum of $30, $50 ideally per campaign, catalog campaign. Any less than that, then you won't really see any results at all, or it'll take you forever to see results. So that's like $30 is the minimum, but really what I recommend my clients is $50 minimum. And then if you have like way more budget to spend because like your ads are doing super well on other platforms, you have to allocate the fund somewhere. Start with $100 per campaign and build from there. How would you let a campaign run if it's not, how long would you let a campaign run if it's not profitable or showing weak performance? I do not pause a campaign typically before the 30-day mark. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Pinterest has a 14-day learning phase. So those first 2 weeks, you should expect no sales. You should expect clicks. You should expect maybe some add to carts, but no sales. So in the first 2 weeks, it's too early to judge. After the first 2 weeks go by, then you can start implementing optimizations within your campaigns. If you're seeing another week go by, so now we're at 4 weeks with no sales, but you have other campaigns driving sales, then you could pause the campaign that's not driving any sales, or you can keep optimizing it until you find either the right creative, the right messaging, the right audience, the right targeting that works for you. You can also pause that campaign and just launch a new strategy, a new campaign altogether. For example, if you launched a broad campaign and an interest in keywords campaign at the same time, and the interesting keywords campaign after 3 weeks is getting you sales, or after 4 weeks it's getting you sales, and the broad one's not, then you could pause the broad one and launch a lookalike campaign, for example, to test that. So those are the options for you. The last part of this question is, I've heard Pinterest campaigns take longer to optimize compared to Google or Facebook. If results aren't looking good initially, how much time should I give it before making changes or turning it off? So it's true that Pinterest ads take longer to optimize than Google and Facebook because of the learning phase, that being 14 days. It is 14 days because the pinner's buying behavior is 14 days. They're longer to shop than other platforms. You know, Google, people who go to Google go with buying intent. They're already knowing what they're going to buy. People who go to Facebook, you tend to hit all the impulse shoppers, so it takes less time to optimize. When you're hitting the pinners on Pinterest, you're hitting people who are researching. They're not ready to buy yet. They're still in the research process. That's why the learning phase is longer, 14 days, and that's why it takes longer for optimizations to take effect on Pinterest. In regards to the time question on how long to take to turn it off, again, I would suggest 30 days. The reason why, I mentioned why, but if, for example, you're thinking, oh my God, but I wanted to spend $200 a day to try and optimize my campaigns faster, it won't work. You're just burning cash. So what I suggest you do is you take a certain amount of money, let's say it's $2,000, and you tell yourself in your brain, I am willing to burn this $2,000 to test this channel, okay? If at the end of the 30 days, there's nothing to show for it, so be it. At least I tested it, I can move on and test something else. But on the flip side, if that $2,000 becomes profitable, then great, you've now unlocked a channel. You need to find a certain amount of money that you're willing to burn to test a new channel without it hurting your bottom line, essentially. That's my suggestion to you there. All right, question number 2. I've launched a catalog campaign with the add to cart conversion goal to give Pinterest time to learn. My question, when would you recommend switching the conversion goal from add to cart to checkout? So after about those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe, if you're getting those add to carts, you can switch it to checkout. In some cases, if your store is not new and you've been running ads on other platforms and you have a very profitable store, you can launch your campaigns with the checkout right away. You don't have to wait for add to cart. But in this case, if it's a new store, it's better to launch with add to cart first and then switch it over to checkout once you do see those add to carts rolling in. Question number 3, how do I run Pinterest ads from scratch for my print on demand business? You want to create a full funnel strategy. Honestly, actually, I would start with just top of funnel. So what I mean by that is you want to create campaigns that are going to go after an audience that doesn't know you. And so you want to hold off on launching any type of retargeting campaign right out of the gate. So that's what I would do. I would probably launch 2 campaigns that have conversion goals in mind. One being a top of funnel conversion campaign, and then I would launch a top of funnel catalog campaign if your print on demand store allows you to sync a catalog. If it doesn't, then just start with one top of funnel conversion campaign broad and then one interesting keywords campaign, conversion interesting keywords campaign. The broad one can be performance plus. Actually, I would recommend you do a top of funnel broad performance plus conversion campaign with 4 pins, one ad group, 4 pins. And then the second campaign that you can launch would be the top of funnel interesting keywords campaign. That one cannot be performance plus, it has to be normal. And then that one should also have one ad group, 4 pins. And then the budget for each should be no less than $30 a day, ideally $50. That's how I would launch any store from scratch probably, and then you monitor results for 30 days. You see what's going on. Are you getting add to carts? Are you getting sales? Are you getting clicks? Are you not? Is your messaging not resonating? And then from there you can decide what you're going to do. Do you want to scale? Do you not? Things like that. But that's what I would suggest you launch if you're launching a brand new store on Pinterest ads. The next question over here says, hey, great content, thank you so much. We are a new company and was wondering if you have anything that shows you how to scale Pinterest ads. So essentially it's asking how to scale Pinterest ads. Let's say you've been running Pinterest ads for 2 months, you're ready to scale. There's a few ways to scale, okay? Number 1, you can add budget to the current campaigns that are performing well. Number 2, you can launch new campaigns with new targeting, and different pins. That's another way to scale. Number 3, you can duplicate all of your campaigns and launch them in different countries. Those are the 3 ways to scale Pinterest ads essentially. And you want to look for the key indicators that are going to advise you that you should scale. So if you're hitting KPIs, key performance indicators on your campaigns, you can scale. If you're ready to test new things, you can scale things like that. So that's how you would scale essentially an ad account on Pinterest. Next question over here, this one's really good actually. Is the tag necessary if I don't have an e-commerce / shop function on my site, but only affiliate ads and banners that link to other sites where the cart is? Isn't there a plugin for the tag code itself? Without the tag, I could see the click analytics elsewhere. Do you want a tag on your site if you're going to run Pinterest ads? Yes. That being said, you don't have to have a tag on your site to run Pinterest ads, especially for affiliate products. What you can do is you can create kind of custom reporting that will sync your Pinterest data with your affiliate data to see whether or not you have profitable ads. It doesn't give you a full picture, but it does help. So to give you an example, we have a client where her Pinterest tag is on her website. So it's not really recording anything going on her website when we launch ads, because we've launched ads to her affiliate links on Amazon. And so what she's been doing is she's been looking at the traffic that came in and the ad spend that we spent, and then she's going on her Amazon affiliate program dashboard and looking at how much money she's made in the same time frame that we've had the ads on. So if in her case they were profitable, we have spent a lot less money to generate this revenue, and she's made way more revenue than the money we spent to generate that revenue, which means it's profitable for her, which means we scaled the campaign and added new pins to it. So I do suggest you still have the tag somewhere set up, because I think it's harder for Pinterest to launch your ads or to optimize or to understand your audience without a tag, but it's not necessary, especially for affiliate links. Now, if you're running ads to your own store, you absolutely need the tag on your store. That should be non-negotiable, and you shouldn't even entertain the idea of launching an ad without the tag on your store, because it does help the algorithm optimize your campaigns when it understands the type of traffic, add to carts, and checkouts that you're getting on your site. So just to keep that in mind. The next question is, amazing, so Pinterest ads are cheaper than Facebook and Google. Yes, they are. A lot of the times the cost per click and the cost per impressions are significantly lower on Pinterest than they are on other platforms. And a lot of people will run Pinterest ads for that exact reason alone. And so if that's something you're looking for too, you can take a look at doing that. Will it generate sales the same way that Google and Facebook can? It depends, but I definitely suggest you test it. Next question over here is, do you run keyword and interest campaign at the same time? Most recommend not to. It depends. So sometimes yes, and sometimes no. So if I'm running an interest campaign, I will sometimes throw in keywords to help it tell the algorithm where to find the audience. I'm not expecting the keywords to convert or to even spend much money. I'm expecting the interest to take over, but I throw them in there to help the campaign. In other cases, I will just launch interest campaigns by themselves without no keywords. We've seen that perform well too. The last type of format that I also experiment with on occasion is we'll have a top of funnel conversion campaign with one ad group is interests, and that'll run for a while and then it stops performing. And so one optimization we have done in the past is to launch a competing ad group in that same campaign that's keywords only. So what happens here sometimes is when you launch a competing ad group in the same campaign with different targeting, in this case, one is keywords, one is interest, it will like kind of push the original ad group to start performing again, because it's kind of telling the campaign, hey, like now you've got a competing ad group for spend, you either should perform or I will suck your spend. Basically is what happened. Although some people may recommend not to merge them together, I've never seen an issue with merging them, interest and keywords, in the same ad group together. I haven't seen an issue doing them separately, and I also haven't seen an issue doing them in the same campaign but with different ad groups. I hope that answers your question there. Those are pretty much all of our questions for today. If you'd like a second pair of eyes on your Pinterest ads and your Pinterest campaigns, feel free to book a meeting with me. My calendar will be linked in the description box below. You and I can talk about your Pinterest account and your strategy, and we can see if we're a good fit to work together. If you have any questions about anything I talked about in today's video as well, feel free to leave it in the comment box below. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.